So this video is going to be about the pharmacy school interview process, and it's going to be about the different types of interviews you can possibly have, how to prepare, and what to wear. So first off, there are two types of interviews that you can possibly have. You can either have the traditional style interview or the MMI, which is also known as the multiple mini interview. Now these interviews can be either open or closed interviews. An open interview is when the person or people interviewing you has already seen your application, like they've gone through it, you know, your GPA, PCAT score, your grades, your personal statement, they've seen it all. In a closed interview, they know absolutely nothing about you. Like all they know is your name. That's all they know. So in my personal experience, I've went on 2 interviews for 2 different pharmacy schools, and one was traditional style and one was multiple mini interviews. Generally, the traditional interviews are closed, but I did have a few friends that went on some interviews and theirs were open. So it just depends on the school and the program that you're interviewing for to just be prepared for whatever their system is. Now the multiple mini interview is totally different. Like when I found out that one of the schools that I was interviewing for had the multiple mini interviews, like I was freaking out, but I don't even know why, because I actually like the multiple mini interviews better than the traditional. Okay, so the multiple mini interview is kind of like speed dating. Like for mine, I had to go to different rooms, but some of them they might have like the interviewees or like the people asking the questions go from room to room, and each room or each person has a different series of questions or information that they want to ask you about. And so there was 6 rooms I had to go to. Like the number of rooms depends on where you're interviewing as well, and 5 of them were closed and then 1 of them was open. And so like I don't know, I wasn't ready for her open question. I was like, girl, I know you lying, but I was able to answer it, and I was like, you tried it. Because like I said, like they're able to see your information in the open application, open interview type session, and she had like misinterpreted something that I had in my application. So when she asked me the question, I was like, and so when she read it again, I was like, oh, no, it's blah, 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 blah. And she was like, oh, okay. But I was like, girl, but like, do not be afraid of the open interviews, because like, it's really not that bad. You just have to be very familiar with like everything that's in your application. Like if you wrote something on your formcast, like you was a part of this group, you had an intern at this place, you worked at Walgreens, you better know your application, your supplemental form, personal statement like the back of your hand, because they had the opportunity to go through it, or sometimes they may have the application in front of them. They can easily reference something from your application in your interview, and if you have no idea what they're talking about, or like you lied about something and they asked you about it and you sit up there looking like boo-boo the fool, then that's not a good look. So just review everything that's in your application and you will be straight. Okay, so preparing for the interview, like obviously they're gonna ask you like, why do you want to be a pharmacist? And if you can't answer that, then that's obviously going to be a question that they're going to ask you. And so for other questions, because I'm like, obviously they're going to ask me that question, but I was like, what else are they going to ask me? What I did was I Googled popular or common pharmacy school interview questions, and this list of questions popped up. It was like 50, it was like a ton of questions. And what I went through and did was copy and paste all the questions into the notes in my phone. And I did this on my phone so that on the way to the interview, or if I just have free time at the caf, in class, when we're not really doing nothing, or, you know, I'm in bed watching TV, on the way to the interview, I can have access to it at all times. So I copied and pasted all the questions into my notes in my phone. I went through and I answered each question. Like, I made like little bullet points because I didn't want to put like paragraphs, because it's like, it's not, it would be easier to just read like little bullet points. It'll be easier for you to memorize it, but you don't want to like memorize it to where you sound like a robot. Put bullet points so you can be like, oh, these are key ideas of how I want to answer this question. And one thing I was very proud of is that I found those questions, or like just even looked them up, because I feel like that really helped me, especially for like the scenario based questions, because a lot of the questions that they asked me was actually on that list. Because some of those scenarios, if they would have asked me that on the spot and I had never seen or going through and prepared for those questions, baby, well, I probably could have like thought of something on the spot, but it was just much easier like having seen them before and not like sitting there like, can you rephrase it? Can you use it in a sentence? Can you do this? Also, what I did was looked up current events, because obviously since you're going to be in the pharmacy setting, in the pharmacy world, you got to know what's new, what's coming out, what types of new practices they have, and you just want to be up to date on what's going on in the pharmacy world. So the next thing is what to wear. Obviously you want to wear business clothes, because pharmacy is a professional setting, workspace, so you want to come in professional clothes. Now guys, you can wear nice pants, you can wear a suit, you can wear a shirt and tie, and then, you know, obviously for the girls, like, you have more options. You can wear a dress, you can wear a pantsuit, you can wear a skirt suit, and don't feel like you have to wear heels, because I bought heels for both my interviews, but I didn't wear them. I chose to wear flats because I was like, you don't know if they want to give you a tour of the school and stuff like that. And the heels, like my professional pair of heels, are not comfortable, and I feel like I can't really, you know, walk like how I want to walk in them, so I decided to wear flats. So only wear heels if you're really comfortable in wearing them, because you don't want to look crazy walking around that campus and you can't really walk in them. So if you have a good pair of flats, professional, you know, nice nude color flats or black, you know, neutral colors, then I would wear those. So these were all my pharmacy school interview tips, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment any questions or anything else that you would like for me to do, future videos, any questions down below. Thank you for watching.